Imagine this. You're walking through Vice City and a ridiculous supercar pulls up next to you. In old GTA, that's not somebody else's $2 million car, that's your car now. Press a button, drag the driver out, maybe eat one punch to the face, drive away. Transaction complete. But GTA 6 might finally be asking a question that is hilariously overdue for a franchise called Grand Theft Auto. What if stealing the expensive cars is actually difficult? Because forget the individual leaked animations for a second. The interesting part of the recent alleged footage isn't that Jason has more ways to open a car. It's that Rockstar might be building an entire vehicle theft hierarchy underneath the game. Recent purported footage has shown a clone key option around vehicle theft, while another alleged sequence shows a driver physically resisting Jason during a carjacking and Jason's stamina dropping during the struggle. Other reported details include traffic camera detection and tracker-like systems on stolen civilian vehicles. Rockstar has not confirmed these mechanics. And if those systems actually connect, Grand Theft Auto could finally make the Grand Theft Auto part of the game a game. Because think about how weird GTA has always been. Stealing a rusty sedan from somebody going to work? Easy. Stealing a brand new hypercar worth more than the building next to it? Also easy. Same button, same basic process, same level of commitment. Apparently every person in Los Santos bought their security system from Temu. But what if GTA 6 starts separating cars by difficulty, risk, and value? Now we're talking. Because the moment different cars require different methods, stealing vehicles stops being a universal interaction and starts becoming progression. Maybe the cheap old sedan parked outside a convenience store? Break the window, get in. Congratulations, you now own something with 4 mismatched tires and a smell you're better off not investigating. But the expensive car, maybe the door is locked, maybe smashing the window creates attention, maybe there's another method, maybe you need the right tool, maybe you clone the key instead. And suddenly, the method matters. That's the first big change. Car theft could become a decision before it becomes an action.
And then there's the driver. One of the more interesting details reported from the alleged footage is that an NPC doesn't simply surrender the vehicle. Jason struggles with the driver. The player appears to have to fight for control of the car, and while that's happening, stamina is being consumed. That sounds like a tiny detail. It isn't, because now your character's condition could affect whether stealing a car is even a good idea. Picture this, you've just escaped a fight. Your stamina is nearly gone. You're trying to leave before the police arrive. The car stops beside you. Old GTA brain says, take it. But if the driver fights back, now you have a problem. You're not stealing transportation anymore. You're starting another encounter. And this is where GTA 6 could get really nasty with expensive cars. Because the latest alleged hypercar footage appears to layer even more consequences on top of the theft. The sequence reportedly shows tracker-like indicators associated with the stolen vehicle, traffic camera detection, and a situation where Jason ends up back under police attention while using the car. Reports describe a LoJack-like system that may make a stationary stolen vehicle especially risky. Again, Rockstar hasn't confirmed the final implementation. Now ask the important question. What if that risk scales with the car? That's where this stops being GTA has better carjacking animations. Because imagine 3 vehicles. First one, rusty sedan. Low value, easy to steal. Nobody is exactly launching a statewide task force because grandma's 2004 shitbox disappeared. Second one, decent modern SUV. Maybe it's locked. Maybe it has a tracker. Maybe you need to deal with that before keeping it. Third one, a hypercar. Now the owner resists. The car is tracked. Cameras can identify it. Stealing it produces serious heat, and you can't just park it outside Jason's house like, nice, free Bugatti. That would create an actual risk versus reward ladder for vehicle theft.
And GTA desperately has room for this, because once stealing valuable cars requires more work, Rockstar can build an entire criminal economy around that work. Maybe certain tools make theft easier. Maybe certain cars require specific approaches. Maybe a tracked vehicle needs to be taken somewhere before it becomes useful. Maybe you need a garage that can hide it. Maybe the vehicle needs modifications before it stops attracting attention. Maybe some cars aren't worth keeping at all. Maybe they're worth stealing specifically to sell. Those examples are speculation, but that's the point. The mechanics being reported create the possibility for a much deeper loop. Spot car, evaluate car, choose theft method, deal with owner, escape, manage heat, deal with tracking, keep it, modify it, or move it. Now compare that with press triangle. Congratulations, you stole a Ferrari. See the difference? And there's another reason this would matter. It gives expensive vehicles something GTA has rarely been able to give them in single player: actual value before you own them. In previous games, seeing an exotic car on the street is exciting because it's rare and fast, but mechanically, the game usually doesn't ask whether you're capable of stealing it. If GTA 6 does, seeing an expensive car could start feeling like a high-level target, not, oh, cool car, more like, can I take that? That's a completely different emotion, and that opens the door to progression without Rockstar needing some giant RPG menu saying, Car Thief level 17. Your progression could come naturally through knowledge, equipment, character ability, access to garages, and understanding which vehicles are worth the trouble. Early game, you steal whatever starts. Later, you know how to take something expensive, remove the risk attached to it, and actually profit from the job. That's the missed angle here.
Everyone can zoom in on the animation. Look, the driver fights back. Look, stamina goes down. Look, there's a tracker. Cool. But I'm more interested in what happens when those little systems touch each other, because Rockstar is very good at making individual mechanics look small until they're all operating at the same time. The driver resists. That's friction. The struggle costs stamina. That's character condition. The vehicle has a tracker. That's persistent risk. Cameras can potentially recognize the stolen vehicle. That's environmental surveillance. The car itself has enough value that you're willing to deal with all of it. That's motivation. And now stealing a car has a beginning, middle, and end. That's a system. There is one important reality check here. These details come from purported leaked footage, and Rockstar has not officially confirmed that these mechanics will appear exactly this way in the final game. GTA 6's official site currently points to Rockstar's next extended look on August 27th, which may give us cleaner answers about the final gameplay systems. But if even the basic structure survives, Rockstar might have done something surprisingly clever. They may have taken the oldest action in GTA, walking up to somebody else's car and deciding it belongs to you, and finally turned it into something with depth. Because stealing a cheap car and stealing a hypercar shouldn't feel identical. One should be transportation, the other should feel like a job. And if GTA 6 really creates that difference, then for the first time, the title Grand Theft Auto might describe an actual progression system instead of just the button you press when you're too lazy to walk.